Hi YouTube, happy Friday my friends. I hope you guys enjoyed my little mini clothing vlog. Yeah, I still got my sweater weather little thermal on and my little tights. Just cute, comfortable clothes, you know, very affordable. Figured I'd share them with you ladies. I'm a little plus size right now. I told you guys in one of my vlogs my weight fluctuates. But here in the States, I think anything over like size like 8 or 10 is like considered plus size. So it's all good. Whatever size us ladies are, or men, or just people, it's all accepted. It should be, you know, as long as you feel healthy and you feel good, you know, that's what matters. So today is Friday. I had a long day. Something that has been on my mind a little bit. There's always something on my mind. You know, as mothers, we always have something on our mind and we're always sleeping with one eye open. Something obviously you guys don't know is so last year, we're in October, going to be November. These months, October, November, December, January, the fall, I love them. I've always just loved them, like the look of unity and the smell in the air and the foliage, you know. I just love it. It's so cozy. It's so cozy. So last year, this time, I was homeless. Me and my son was homeless. Like for real. Homeless. So sometimes you see me in my vlogs and stuff like that, and you know, I'm, you know, just learning this. I haven't even been on YouTube 2 weeks. So I'm just learning to be comfortable and stuff like that in front of the camera and vlogging and sharing my personal business and life with the world. But I'm doing it for reasons, and they're bigger than myself. And I think that's what's important. Sometimes you gotta get out of your own way. I've learned that for myself. So I'm gonna get out of my own way, and I'm gonna share just a little story with you guys, a little mini one. So my son and I, he's 5. Where I was living before was a really nice place, really nice neighborhood. You know, I always believe in trying to at least, if I can, pay for where I live. Like, I rather like spend extra money on where I can live if it can be affordable and have some safety, you know what I mean? So it was pretty decent. But my landlord, you know, she had her own things going on, and all in all, she ended up wanting to sell her home, right? So I had a short notice to move, and I had been there for years. My son was born in that house and stuff like that. So it was pretty abrupt though, that when she told me, like less than 3 months abrupt, like even like less than that. And when she told me, you know, I was just like, okay, you know, I just took it like that. My son wasn't doing good at the time. He was in and out of the hospital all the month of April of last year. Not last year, sorry, the year before. He was just in those phases, you know, when he didn't feel good and stuff like that. So he was in the hospital anyways, and she told me while he was in the hospital, and he didn't come home for like a while later, but I knew that I had to pack up and we had to move. But I just wasn't very aware of how the climate of things was out here. I was not aware of the housing crisis that's going on. I was not aware, just because I had like my nose to the grind down all the time, taking care of my son, always in the doctors and, hospitals, and coming up for air when I can, and just trying to get some sleep and just take care of myself and my little family at the time. So yeah, I couldn't find an apartment. So me and my son left. We didn't have an apartment. I will say, fortunately, I have a few people. Like I said, I don't have a big circle, but I have a few people, obviously, that care about me and my son. So I didn't end up going completely homeless, like on the street homeless. But we did go to a shelter homeless. We did. We went to a shelter. And I wanted to kind of do that because I didn't want to go to any shelter. We went to like a nicer one, I guess you could say. It was the only one I ever been to, but it wasn't bad. Like, we had our own room. Like, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't home. But I really appreciate looking back, and then, like, even in the time that there's a place for people who really have a kid and need somewhere to go and are for real homeless. So we went to the shelter in hopes that I could get some help faster. That was my point in wanting to go to the shelter. So we did that for a while. Okay. And then at the same time, I did have somewhere that I could go. Yeah. So the shelter probably lasted like a month. And then we ended up staying where we were, in a safe place for like 6 months. I was looking for a place for like 6 months. And it is hard when you have a child who does not eat normal food. And anywhere I go, I have to have a kitchen at all times for him. I have to have his medicine on hand in case of anything. I have to have a plan in action if anything ever happens. So it's very important that I'm stable. I'm sure you mamas know out there, with any child, just in general, when you become a mother, your safety and stability becomes number one, right? So that kind of swept me off my feet, just, I don't even think when it was happening, I was just going through the motions. And then when I ended up staying in a safe place, me and my son, for like 6 months, I don't think I still wrap my mind around the whole thing. Because I feel like I've always given him stability, and it was like the first time I was like worried, because now we were at the time, and we're still at the time, you need 3 times income, you need really good credit, and these are things that I hadn't been working on. You know what I mean? I had not been working on. So you can be any age and not have it all the way together. I don't know if even people that think they have it all the way together, sometimes we can think that they have it all the way together, and there's something usually somewhere. Not everybody's has it probably 100% together, but that is the goal. The goal is to never let a situation like that take me by surprise or sweep me off my feet again like that. And the thing is that the only way that I can make that happen is by becoming a homeowner. So that's my goal. Wrapping my head around so many things that have happened in life, but especially when you have a son or a daughter, or kids, multiple kids, people go through things, you know what I mean? But some people just don't wear them like everybody wears them. But during that homeless process, it was just a lot. Like, nobody even really knew. Like, I didn't even tell anybody, pretty much. The only people that knew were the people that were helping me. It's like, if you know, you know. It's like, and if you know, it's because you needed to know. Like, I'm not the type of person to just have a whole bunch of people in my business just to know something. You know what I mean? I can talk about this now because it's in hindsight, and I decided to become a content creator and share parts of my life for myself. I think that it's a good form for me. It's not even been 2 weeks, but it's a good form of therapy for me, actually. I really look forward to it. And it gets out of my head, down on paper, and now it can come to you guys, probably in hopes of just inspiring somebody somehow, some way. You know what I mean? And talking to you guys, it's my own like reflection. Like, I have to make sure that I have everything in order that I need to make sure I can always provide for my son and myself. And I know there's many women out here taking care of 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 kids, and they probably, that's never happened to them. There's so many people that I know things like that don't happen to, and I'm happy that that never happened to you. But that happened to me, and my son is just not well enough to be like homeless. Like, I'm just so appreciative we didn't like have to hit the street homeless and be in the shelter longer than a month homeless. But they were all learning lessons. I really did meet some nice people there. Like, the people that were homeless, the ladies, they were nice. The girls, they were nice. Like, when I left, I gave them all the stuff that I had there, because I brought like all my stuff, like all my own bedding. I just bought everything new so that I could have all my own stuff. And the girls, they're so welcoming. They just barge in your room like, hey. I was like, hi, all dizzy. Me, like, can't even believe that even situation happened. Then swept me right off my feet. My son, he didn't really know. Well, he knew obviously things changed, but his feet don't hit the ground like that. You know what I'm saying? My son, he's always protected by me, coddled by me, loved by me, hugged by me, and his family as well. You know what I'm saying? His father loves him very, very much. So even though we went through that experience, my son's very loved, and he had his family to support him. So he was fine the whole time. But as a mother, you know yourself, and you know that just can't happen again, right? Like, I know, like, okay, let me use this time now that I have to get it right, get it all together and stuff like that, make sure nothing like that happens again. But when I just think back at stuff like that, it's just like, I'm so appreciative. I say it like sometimes in my videos, I'm so appreciative of this little apartment that we have. It's not even like 700 square feet. Like, and at first that was like, it's not even 700 square feet, right? But it's so cozy and it's cute, and it's actually not even done. Like, there's some things that I still don't have, and there's some things that I do have. One day I plan to show you guys more of probably my apartment or whatever like that. I still have stuff in storage, and I need to figure out what I'm gonna do with it. I haven't gotten it out because my furniture is too big and bulky, and like I was just saying, this place isn't even that big. So I kind of like started over. Like, I got like a couple of pieces, just a couple of little pieces here and there, so I don't crowd up the whole house. But in this season, I hope everybody stays warm. If anybody needs a place to stay, or a coat, or a hug, or some gloves, or a hat, or some socks, or a plate of food. If you're able, do it. If you're able, do it. We never know when them tables are gonna turn. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't matter who you are, what you do. You never know when them tables are gonna turn. And you never know what people are going through in life. You know what I mean? We don't know what people are going through in life for real. So, I've always been good at donating stuff. Even when I don't have, like, I will give you half of my stuff that I don't have. But I need to make sense of things. When I was like that, and as I look back, that's not even always good to give from a cup that's not even full. Because then when my cup spilleth over, I have nobody to help me fill my cup, right? And I don't want to be left on E and empty because I have a son. So I could do those things when I didn't have a child. And even when I had a child, I was still very giving and stuff like that, and caring. And I still am. But there's a difference between being nice and being kind. I used to be nice for no reason, just a nice person. So I think, so I know, right? I know myself, you know. I don't really want to be nice. I want to be kind, and I want to be fair, and I want to be giving, and I want to be just. So the same goes for me. If I see anybody in need, or if there's anybody, I haven't had my channel long enough for me to interact with you guys. But once I'm able to, it'll be so much better, so that I could talk to you guys in the comments, and we can build relationships and stuff like that, and friendships over YouTube, because I feel like that's what it's about. You know, just supporting each other, even with, like a kind word, or I understand, and I can relate. That's really all we can do, and try to do better for ourselves and our families and our children, number one, right? So yeah, that's one of my reasons for being on here too. I always wanted to make a YouTube channel, but I was always like feeling like insecure. I was always like, I gotta get my teeth fixed. I gotta lose some weight first. My son, my life. Like, even though things could be fine, and I'm fine with the way that I am, and things are and things were, but I just, I'm fine enough, but I didn't know if I was gonna be fine for the public. I didn't know if strangers would accept me. You know what I'm saying? But who am I? Let me get out of my own way, right? Because there's people that's doing worse than me, and there's people that's doing better than me. And I don't think that that's the point. I think the point is that we're all human, and we all go through things. So let's just be kind to one another. And aesthetics is aesthetics. It can come and it can go. It's what's in our hearts. That's what matters, right? So in this season of these months, these beautiful, cozy months, the best time of the year, I think. It can be the best and it can be the worst. We can get into that another conversation, because you're thinking of your loved ones, you're thinking of your family. Sometimes you think of what you don't have. Sometimes you think of what you can't afford. But let's just always know that it's really the giving part. Even if you're given an ear to listen to somebody who may need to talk and has nobody to talk to, or listen to. But I really appreciate you guys. I put out a video earlier of my son. I introduced you guys to my son. It says Introducing Justin Rain. I hope you guys checked it out and give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. If you like my videos, please give them a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. That's how my channel is gonna grow. I really, really want my channel to grow. I'm in this for the long haul. All right, so happy Friday, and stay blessed, stay warm, stay safe, stay with each other, you know, like, don't let anything separate love, just like the love for humanity, you know. All right, night night, guys. Mwah.